We made it.
Well, it's so great to be talking to our illustrious audience
I,
member.
yeah, our one single member. I guess I guess we'll just I guess we'll just start it off now. I guess right.
Yeah, I think this is probably a good place to start.
Yeah, I guess we'll start off here. Kind of awkward, but hey, welcome everyone. This is the Ice and Dixon Show or Ice and Dixon podcast. We don't know, it's rough. This is episode number 1. This is huge,
It's a work in
honestly.
progress. It's
It,
actually groundbreaking. I'm really getting nervous.
it well, I mean, just you don't have to think about it because it's kind of just like we're having a conversation like we always do.
We always do.
Yeah, so I wouldn't really even think about it in terms of being worried, honestly.
Okay, all right. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for taking care of that for me.
Oh yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we'll be okay.
So I think where the show is gonna, I don't even know if we've determined if it's gonna be called a show or a podcast. I don't know
We don't
about
know.
that. I mean
We don't know.
we'll see where like I said, it's evolving. Let's just say it's an evolving show. Our views are evolving. The show is evolving. It's
The artist
dynamic.
is always in a state of becoming. We're always becoming.
Wow. See, this is
Oh yeah.
this is why I need you on the show. This is why we need
Thanks,
each
man.
other because I say dumb shit and you just kind of bring the philosophical part to it.
It's a 50-50. It's
Mhm.
50-50. You have Roy, and you have I'm definitely, I guess, Biv, and so you meet in the middle for that G spot.
You be in the middle of the autism spectrum and like
Yeah.
we're right there.
We're just right in the middle, and that's why this is why we have such an illustrious audience member that's listening to this somewhere and
the ones.
enjoying our banter.
I'm telling you, it's the new thing now though. It's the new thing that people just want to listen to guys just droning on for hours and just put it on the background while you're playing fucking Fortnite or something. I don't know.
Let's put all these two idiots, these
Yeah.
two definitely fat idiots, and we're gonna listen to them, and we'll see what they say.
I don't agree with that. Like immediately reported, nuked off YouTube.
Immediately flagged.
Yeah.
It's over. Lives are ruined. Well, it's somewhat lasted.
Canceled. Yeah, I mean it was fun. So I guess you want to talk about what we're gonna talk about today. I don't know if we should give an intro or
So, yeah. So we talk about what we're gonna talk about.
yeah.
Well, it's funny because we talk about this stuff, but I think it's a really good place to start. I think we should just, fire something off right now. Let's just take a shot and talk about Alec Baldwin.
Wow.
And
Okay.
and shots fired. Literally, there's the
Yeah.
guy has a quote prop gun and shoots and kills someone.
Yes.
Just kills them. Takes a human life.
And Dixon, the crazy thing about this, it wasn't even like an actor or anything. It was literally the head of cinematography.
Really. So they know
There's-
something about movies and props and film and sets, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
So,
mean, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. No, I was gonna say, like, isn't this like how does he not get away with, like, is this a murder? Is this a murder thing? It could have been a murder.
I mean, I would say manslaughter, but I actually looked into this and there's a lot of pointing fingers, a lot of like mystery surrounding it. Like it's way more like strange than you think. But
Now, do you think that he could have been set up by a Trump supporter and he was given a live round behind the scenes that somebody wearing a MAGA hat, depending on what you want to say, put a live round in that gun, and Alec Baldwin having to pick it up and fire it.
now, it's funny you mentioned that, and of course we're not making light of this situation. Please
No,
don't.
it's not light.
I don't want it. Don't put it in the comments. Okay, it was definitely a tragedy. But what we're saying is, yeah, there's a lot of strange shit, and that's one of the that's one of the I don't know if you want to say conspiracies. That's one of the what the hell word am I looking for? You get on a podcast and you're at a loss for words.
It's not a conspiracy. I don't know.
One of the
Fan
one of the
fiction?
one of the working explanations. There's a word for it. And it's
a
going to come
theory.
back to
It's a theory.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
It's an explanation. It's a work. Yeah, I got you. I'm with you.
yeah. So the one of the there's two lawyers that are representing the armorer, who is the person whose job it is to put these bullets in the gun, right?
Really? Okay.
So apparently this woman is very well trained. She's done this before many years, and they said that there is no way that there could have been a live round in a dummy round box of bullets.
No possible way.
There's no possible way. They said
Okay.
someone would have to knowingly put it there.
Really? Isn't that interesting? Plot twist.
Yeah, so that's so again, this is all alleged. We're not putting anyone under here, but yeah, they said that someone could have possibly planted this in an attempt to either, you know, throw Alec Baldwin under the bus, get him in trouble, but it could also be, now I don't know if you heard about this, but the entire
Ah,
camera crew walked off set that day.
I heard that. I did hear that.
Right, so now there's a
So why'd they
theory.
walk off?
So, I mean, from the way that I understand it, they were just working long hours and they were getting fed up with it. I guess they weren't given a
Wah.
hotel. They had to drive out 12-hour, like an hour
Wah.
out there. Yeah.
Oh my God, we're working on a movie set. Oh my God, so
Oh,
terrible.
oh
We have
my.
to work.
Oh,
We have to show up to work.
could you could you imagine just working around celebrities all day? Like,
Oh my God. Oh, I can't
it's
even imagine it.
it's terrible, dude. I can't even imagine. I'd much rather be working in a fucking 150-degree furnace of a factory for 16 hours on my feet nonstop than have
Oh
to.
my God.
I can't even imagine.
I can't even fathom that. It's unbelievable. What a tough life.
I know it's got to be tough, but and that's the idea that they were fed up. But I mean, to
Hmm.
go out of your way and be like, oh my god, I'm so pissed off that I'm gonna fucking like literally possibly kill someone and I'm gonna plant a bullet. Like, I don't know. That just sounds kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of far fetched. It seems
So
like a little far fetched.
yeah, so what's like really going on here is my one and only question. What's really going on here?
That's really yeah, I think everybody's been pretty nice to Alec Baldwin. I don't think he's that good of a guy. Remember he had that freak out on his daughter. He called her a pig or something
What?
via cell phone. You,
No
ever, you remember that
way.
story? No, yeah, like he called his daughter or his stepdaughter. What are you doing, step bro?
What?
And he's like, you're a selfish pig. Is basically what he said. I'm serious. That's the actual thing.
Are you
And
kidding me?
yeah, no, it was many years ago. And I think Baldwin was canceled before canceled was a thing.
Okay,
And
I
so
had no
then
idea.
now he is, yeah. And then now he's talking about, he's on, in recent memory, he's, anti-Trump and, says some derogatory things about the president, former
Oh,
president of the United States.
yep.
And now he kills this person, I mean, but it just seems like society has been kind to Alec Baldwin. And I don't know if he really deserves it.
Yeah, so man, I really didn't know that. And here here's my take on all of these celebrities, all this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
and I'll take this to the grave. I think all of these
Yeah.
celebrities, most of them are like their minds are completely warped and they're like these like crazy narcissistic, like I am above the general, like everyone else in the
Right.
public, I am above you and you watch me for your entertainment, so bow down to me. Like, I think that that's what these people are. And so that
I think
makes
you're right.
sense. Yeah, so that makes sense when you say like he called his daughter a pig, which is, I don't know. It's just kind
Amazing.
of yeah, it's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah. Why would you ever call your daughter a pig?
I I certainly would not. Well, I mean, it depends on what she did, I guess, right?
Yeah. What if she deserves it? What if she deserves it?
I mean, I can't. I really can't imagine. How did that even come out? Like, what was the story behind that exactly?
I
Like,
I really have no idea. It was years ago, but I remember it was like Alec Baldwin it was a voicemail leak of the voicemail he left to his daughter, and he was just going off on her, and that was it. Like I said, I just think society's been pretty kind to Alec Baldwin, and I just don't understand it.
yeah, and I think again that has to do with these people that worship these celebrities for no reason. I don't.
Right.
That's another thing that I don't understand. Like, it's like, oh, like he literally, he could shoot some. I mean, maybe it wasn't his fault, but I mean, he could
Right.
literally shoot someone, and everyone's like, oh, don't worry about it.
Things happen. These things happen. Move on.
Yeah,
Pick
yeah, oh,
somebody
yeah.
else.
These things, and like no one's even talking about like the poor cinematographer who got killed from this thing. It's like is there?
Yeah,
Oh, we
that's not
have
funny,
to.
but it's true.
That's what's so messed up to me with these when you get these like weird celebrities mixed in this whole thing. Like no one cares about the actual victim. It's just like, well, we have to defend Alec Baldwin. Like he's a
Yeah, it's amazing.
messiah. I know. I never understood the celebrity worship kind of stuff.
No, they still going to release the movie?
I mean, now that's a good question too. I would imagine that it's probably never gonna be released. I would say. Well, I don't know. That's a good question because we have precedent for this, right? Like, didn't this happen in that movie, The Crow, or something?
Oh yeah, somebody died on The Crow. Brandon Lee, Bruce
Yeah,
Lee's kid, I think. Is
yeah.
that correct? Yeah.
Wasn't it like the main? Wasn't it like The Crow? Didn't he get shot? I'm not.
The Crow, yeah, The Crow. I think The Crow was shot. I guess he is The Crow. I've never seen it. I don't know.
I've never seen it either, but like I know that this has happened before, and I think this was the only other time that this happened.
And so I wonder. I know I haven't seen The Crow, but is his death a part of the film? Is it featured?
Oh my god, that's a really good. There's probably someone who's seen The Crows, like, because I know it has like a cult following. They're probably
yeah, it's huge.
You fucking idiots. Yeah, like. I'm sorry. We have never seen The Crow. I apologize. All I know is that he was tragically killed by like a lie.
Yeah.
And that see this is why I should have took notes because I should have came prepared and been like, oh well, this happened and this is the reason. Like, so how did a live round kill the crow? How did that get in there?
Yeah, it's another. Is this just like a conspiracy once again that this guy shows up once every 20 years and inserts live rounds into guns and he kills these people?
Oh my god! Oh
is
my
this
god!
The ultimate calculated serial murderer that we have no idea who it is.
Dixon, new working theory that like that's what happened. There's a guy who comes around every 20 years and he puts live rounds in the dummy boxes, and I think that could be it.
What does a dummy round look like compared to a live round? Is it something like you're shuffling through a box of ammo? Would you notice a dummy round versus a live round? Like I'm picturing like they have rubber bullets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like is this what a dummy round looks like, or is it exploding? Does it explode because you get that feel of a real gun, a real live round?
Now I know they do explode, so you get like the recoil, like the actual. Okay. So actors don't have to mimic it and like flailing their wrists around like idiots. They it actually has some recoil, but there's no projectile that comes out. It's just
okay. So it's just like a flash in the pan, as they say.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. I understand. All right. Okay. Interesting. Wow. So that could be so yeah. So you really have no idea. Now, is it a factory defect of these blanks or whatever the hell they are? They're the dummy rounds.
I don't know.
That's put the real stuff in.
That's another good question. I would say no. I think that someone had to have planted a live round in there.
Okay. Wow. What's the motive? Just to get back at Alec Baldwin?
I think it's either that it's some crazed guy in a MAGA hat or so okay. It's here's the suspects. It's a crazed guy in a MAGA hat.
Right.
It's the poor film crew that had to work 8 hours a day or
the crow
or the
crow.
Did I say the serial killer that comes around every 20 years?
Yes. No, that guy too. Yep.
That guy. Okay, so there's three main suspects.
Okay. Really narrowed it down so far. All right.
I'm still going with the serial killer. But like it's going to be interesting to see how this whole thing plays out.
I haven't heard anything about it probably in the last like week. Like it just kind of died and then and Alec Baldwin said something. I didn't watch what he said, but he said something.
Yeah,
and it's just like we're just moving on with Alec Baldwin still being a part of society. He'll be on Saturday Night Live next week probably.
I mean that wouldn't surprise me. And again, it goes back to this like all celebrities are like rich narcissists. Like, do you think he really is like upset about this? I mean, I hate to speculate his inner machinations, but I'm just saying I don't think that any celebrity or these people like really care about. They're like, oh, it's like an expendable person, like,
right?
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. What are the odds that Alec Baldwin really even has a heart or an emotion? You're so far removed from society and your emotions. You probably just don't care. There's probably another guy who's just going to stand up and do it again.
Yeah, exactly. Like they go through these people, like, you know, because they had another film crew on like the day that film crew left. It's like
Well, there you
these
go.
people are just replaceable like automatons to them. That's really what I feel like these people are.
It's amazing. It really is.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I'm definitely gonna follow it though. I'm definitely gonna see what comes of this
Right.
because it's gonna be okay, like 100% serious right here. I think someone
Yeah.
planted it in there. I think
Okay.
I really do. I don't think it was the armorer. I don't think it was her. I think it was some crazed person who planted a live round in there.
I think you're probably right. I think that's the most plausible theory.
Yeah, I mean, the FBI's on it, so I'm sure they'll.
Oh, well, yeah, the FBI. They won't lie to us. They'll get it.
Oh, definitely not.
100%. They'll definitely be thorough and figure everything out.
When has the FBI ever lied to us? Dixon,
You know,
I don't.
you got to trust the government. Everything they do and say, it's just there's no question about it. They have your best interests at heart, so we'll be good.
Yes, we love the government on this channel. We love the government. We love YouTube, and we love Big Brother. So, just
all about it.
A big, a big, big thumbs up to them.
Big thumbs up. You know, keep up the great work. We're happy for you. So.
Yeah. Yes, please. Oh my God, my recording just got shut down immediately.
Oh no! Oh no!
They're hacking.
Wait. All right, I'm back.
Okay.
Back, I'm good.
Get swatted immediately.
There's a guy outside my window. Oh, dead.
Oh my God.
Oh, man. So, well, you know, talking about the celebrity thing, I think it's something to consider. You know, it's something to keep in mind. So, the other big celebrity thing, maybe it isn't a celebrity thing. I don't know what it is, but you've heard it. Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh my God.
You have Machine Gun Kelly. I remember when Machine Gun Kelly used to be a rapper. Remember he was a rapper? Like he used to rap things back in the day, like in the era of Vine. Remember Vine?
I do. I actually do.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was on that Vine. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know.
Really? Is it? Wait. Are you saying that's how did he start? As
I don't know if that's how he started, but I recall Vines with Machine Gun Kelly in them. I don't know if that's how he started.
That's incredible. I honestly had no idea.
Right, and now you have Machine Gun Kelly right now. He kind of looks like a cartoon-esque like I don't even know how to describe it. Just walked out of a hentai novel with his lobes and his the hair and the earrings and the tattoos and the open shirts down to his belly button.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
Yeah, he's all over the place, and I don't think he's a bad looking guy. I think his new stuff is pretty good. If you listen to his new alternative music.
Oh yeah, I actually have, and I've probably heard the one or two songs he has on the radio, and I actually do enjoy them. Like I'm like, oh, this is pretty good.
Not too bad, right?
No, honestly not.
But he's almost like this cartoonish, like I don't even know what. Like the kid you wanted to be when you were 16, you're rebelling against your parents. Like that's how you probably wanted to look then. That's how he looks in real life.
That is 100% right. Like yeah, he is that. He's like the model person for that. Have you seen you seen MGK's fans too?
No, I have not. No.
It was so funny. Real quick, I saw this I think it was like a TikTok or on Instagram or like a reel or something, whatever it was. But they're like, oh, we just ran into Machine Gun Kelly after his show. He was like a Wendy's or something. But it was so funny because all of the fans, like, they were literally dressed exactly like him. Like they were
Just
mini,
like
yeah, they were mini Machine Gun Kellys. They were mini guns, I guess you would say.
And he's still going by the name Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah.
Like he hasn't changed his name?
No, I don't think so. I mean, do you call him MGK or Machine Gun Kelly? Like, what's the proper?
Yeah, it's a really good question. What does he like? What does he prefer? What are his pronouns?
Yeah. What do you say? Like, hey, Mister Machine Gun. Like, how do you address him?
Well, Mr. Kelly. Yeah. What do you say? Machine. The gun is the middle name, and then you have Kelly. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty impressive. Is that like his actual? I wonder what his actual name is.
You know, it's probably like I don't know, who the hell knows? Probably Eric.
Yeah,
Looks like an Eric.
he does look like an Eric, like
Eric.
Eric Smith or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, Eric Smith.
Yeah.
Eric G. Smith.
Yeah, like the most generic white person name you could possibly think of. Like that's his name.
That's exactly it. Like, how old are his fans? Like, are they like
They're
12? Are they older? Like,
they're young, man. They were probably like, I'd say like 18, 19 years old.
oh my gosh! Wow.
Okay, I actually looked up his name. During
Okay, what
this.
is it?
His name, Colson Baker.
Oh my god, that's even whiter than Eric Smith. That is the whitest nerd name of all time.
Do you know how he got his name, Machine Gun Kelly?
Let's hear it.
Here's what he says. This is a quote from MGK himself. I got the name Machine Gun Kelly because of my rapid fire delivery when I was 15 and started doing shows.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
So kind of self-appointed there.
Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah.
Really took it upon himself to give himself that name. Okay.
Shit's so fire, dude, that I'm rapid fire.
Rapid fire like a machine gun. Definitely. I wonder if you definitely played lacrosse or golf or something. Probably swam.
Dude, 100%.
On the diving team.
100%. Absolutely.
Yeah. Jeez. Rapid fire off the tee.
I could yeah. I could totally see it.
So you have Machine Gun Kelly, who's if you're talking about that category of person, Machine Gun Kelly is that guy. It's the ultimate guy, the rebel, the tattoos, the what do they call it? E-girls scene. What is it now? There's an emo component to that? It's a new thing, right?
There's e-girls and e-boys.
So would you say he's an e-boy?
I would 100%. Yeah, I would 100% say that. Right. I think it's a fitting description. Yeah.
Right. So he's like the king of the e-boys in reality.
Yeah. I would say that's a fitting description, I would say.
So then you have his new partner, Megan Fox.
Yes.
Now you say she's in that E category as well? Not really, right? Or no? Maybe I'm wrong.
I would say absolutely not.
Okay, right. I'm going to be honest. I was never a big Megan Fox fan. Everybody's like, oh, Megan Fox, she's so fucking hot, dude. Dude, she's so hot. Oh, she's got tattoos.
I mean, that was like what was it? Transformers came out, and I feel like everyone learned of her existence, and like that was the one girl.
With that kid from Even Stevens. Remember him? What was that kid, that guy?
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf. Whatever happened to him? Well, he really went off the deep end, huh?
I don't even know what happened to him, honestly. I haven't heard from him in years. I really don't know what he last I ever heard from him. I don't know.
He's got to be 50 years old. The guy, it's insane.
Yeah.
So you have Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, and they're together, and they're on that red carpet or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
And they're making out, and they're kissing, and she's wearing like a fishing net, basically, some sort of animal trap netting, basically. That you would put it in an animal trap to just strangle something alive, and she's there, and they're licking tongues, and it's God. And what was really disturbing to me about this whole thing?
What's that?
That she has a child. She has a child.
How old is the? I'm assuming it's not with Mr. Machine Gun himself, right?
If Machine Gun Kelly were a dad, I just don't even know what to think. But I don't know how old the kid. I think the kid is like 7.
Okay.
I want to say the kid's like 7, or maybe like younger. But like she has a child, and there she is, and this child is growing up with
now
a guy named Machine Gun in his house.
And could you imagine you're her child, like sitting on the couch, like, oh, mommy's gonna be on TV, and then you see fucking Machine Gun Kelly just licking your mother's face, like, what?
God, oh God, I can't even imagine.
Like, what are these people doing, man?
Now, I will say this. I was never a big fan of Megan Fox, but Megan Fox, to me, right now in this moment with Machine Gun Kelly and with the netting and all this other stuff, is the most attractive I think I've seen her, or I think it's attractive. It's that little bit of a trash edge, that real trashy kind of like, a little, the little S word, a little slutty, if you will. I mean, I don't mean to get controversial, but
well, no, I totally understand. I mean, there's different, I don't know. There's different classifications of hot, right? And like everyone knows this.
Mm-hmm.
And she, I mean, yeah, standing next to MGK over there, yeah, she's got that trashy, that white
Yeah.
trash,
Yeah.
hot. And I remember I texted this to you, and it makes sense because they are the personification of white trash. Like the both of them
Yeah.
together, like them just making out and dressed up all like
Yeah.
all haggard and stuff, and like just body,
Just came from
her
just
chest
came from a
hanging
soup
out.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Just came from
Yeah.
trying to get unemployment somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, we got to go to this event. All right.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's this net. Put this net on. That'll cover you up. And then,
Yeah, I just use it to capture fish in the ocean. Just fucking throw this on. That's
smells like fish. God.
Oh my god. I mean, MGK kind of looks like he smells like fish. He looks like he's been on some hard drugs too. I mean, I don't know what I don't know what that guy's deal is. He just looks they look like they're spaced out 24/7.
Yeah, just spaced, totally spaced. And it's just like I think you have to be a little spaced. If you're Megan Fox, who I'd argue that Megan Fox probably at one point in her career probably could have gotten any man she wanted.
Oh, 100%.
No matter who it was, any man on the
100%.
face of the earth. And for whatever reason, she chose this ultimate specimen of e-boy. I'll never understand it.
The ultimate specimen. That's what we have to look up to, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And what do you think they do like in their normal lives? You think they talk?
I'm totally biased because again, I think these people are just they're not normal. I mean, it's like a normal couple would be like, oh yeah, like they'd be so excited, they'd be like, oh my god, like we're going out, we're getting all our pictures taken at this red carpet and everything, but like MGK and Megan, they're like, we're gonna dress up in like shitty clothes and lick each other's faces in front of millions of people like that, and like they don't care. It's just totally they are just above every it's just like, oh well, we're artists and we're showing our love and like you just don't get it. Like I think that's what they would say if you ever criticize them on that.
Right, and it's almost you got to respect it in a way because they're just there. We're trash. We don't care. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I guess you know what I gotta bring in my very based libertarian mindset here. Oh God, here we fucking go. Here we go. Gotta listen to this. I'm just saying, as long as you're not hurting anyone, you could do whatever you want. It's fine as long as you're not hurting other people. And I've always said that. But that doesn't give total leeway for me to not criticize you about it. We could have our opinions too. So again, like you said, I respect it, but at the same time, I don't like it.
Yeah, you don't like it. And what's amazing to me is, here we are talking trash on Machine Gun Kelly. The guy's never even killed anybody, and you have Alec Baldwin, the Bachelor Society, who just shot somebody.
Yeah,
I mean, Machine Gun Kelly next to Alec Baldwin. Guess what? But it's totally different in body count.
I mean, dude's a saint, really. Like if you really want to look at that statistic, he's a saint.
I led my kid around MGK before I let him around Alec Baldwin. Who the hell knows what he's going to do?
You know what?
Child.
Oh, cut that out.
Oh,
excuse me.
You're excused.
But yeah, like even just looking like at face value, just seeing the mannerisms of Alec Baldwin versus Machine Gun Kelly, I probably would be like, I would definitely go out to the bar with Machine Gun Kelly before I went out to a bar with Alec Baldwin.
100%.
And Megan Fox miles before any of them.
Oh, Megan Fox. That, like I said, I was never a Megan Fox fan. She's just, to me right now, she's just a smoke show, and I don't know what it is.
Oh,
but it's just that whole vibe.
Let me ask you this: do you think she got much to say?
That's a really good question. What could you talk to Megan Fox about? Because no judgment, but I don't think she even went. Did she go to high school? Did she graduate high school? Did
she?
I don't know. I thought it was a big thing. Or maybe she got her GED, something like that. A GED scenario.
It's I don't know. I just have this picture in my head that she's just hot and like that's it. Like I've never seen interviews. I've never seen interviews with her. I mean, maybe she's a great person. I don't know. Maybe she's very intelligent. But I mean, when my only interaction of seeing her is next to Machine Gun Kelly, I just have I don't have high hopes, I guess.
They're like that couple, like you go back to your hometown for Thanksgiving Eve, and like it's like those two, like that, like like, oh yeah, they dropped out like 18 years ago. and like they never talked in high school, but now they're talking now, and they're getting married and all this kind of stuff. That's kind of what it's like, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, because they,
Yeah.
they just stayed back and like that's,
Right,
that's where they are.
right, exactly. It's amazing. Like I respect that Machine Gun Kelly. He could play guitar. He does all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to know what he smells like.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get
Yeah.
close enough because like I feel like he does. If I got close to him, I feel like I would smell something.
It's like that Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp definitely smells too, I think.
Well,
You
I
know?
would say so. I mean, Depp's innocent. Like what happened to him is terrible. But yeah, I think he definitely smells.
Yeah, I think he's got that odor, and he smokes and all that stuff. So he's got the nicotine, the cigarettes. Smells like rum because he's some sort of pirate, I guess.
Yeah,
And
he's a super method actor. He's still he's still playing that pirate 20 years
Jack, yeah,
later.
Jack Swallow, our Jack Sparrow,
Yeah, Jack Swallow.
Jack Swallow.
Swallow. I mean, they're both birds, right? I mean that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're close enough.
Machine Gun Swallow. That's a hell of a combo. That would be it.
Machine gun swallow. Yeah, maybe if they get it, maybe if they get together, they'll,
That. Yeah.
MGK will take his last name.
They're just too coincidental that those two, Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow. There's an alter ego happening there, and it's like what's his name, Carson Palmer, whatever the guy's name is, Machine Gun Kelly's real name.
Oh,
you just
Colson. What was it? I can't even think of what it was now.
like
Colson Baker.
Michaels.
Colson Baker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a nice last name too.
It is.
But
it is.
It's like their alter ego really coming out to the surface.
Yeah, I guess I would say so because they're in the public light and they just don't, they don't give a shit because they're.
What would your alter ego be if you were in the public?
Oh boy, I don't know if we want to go there. That's a good question. I don't know if I'd. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess a better way for me to think about that is would I change if I just suddenly became insanely wealthy like all these narcissistic crazy celebrities?
Okay.
See, like I don't know, that's tough. Like maybe it's easy for me to sit here and say like they're fucking crazy, but maybe money really does corrupt.
Maybe.
There's that saying, the root of all evil. But I want to believe that I wouldn't change. Like if I won the lottery tomorrow, I mean,
Okay.
of course, we'd split it. Obviously, being that
guaranteed.
gonna need you to sign something on that.
I won the lottery. $2. So.
Yeah, no, I'd like to think that, and I know a lot of normies say this. Like the first thing that they would think about is how they would split it up between their friends and family, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean. I don't think I would change. I don't know if I'd have an alter ego, I guess is what I'm saying. Now, what about you? Do you think you would have an alter ego in public? Like if nothing mattered, if you could say whatever the fuck you wanted and like nothing mattered, would you have an alter ego?
I think that's wherein lies the Machine Gun Kelly. There's something attractive about that. Just, you know what? I'm just going to get 15 tattoos because I don't give a shit. And I don't care who looks at me. And, I'm not going to bathe. And guess what? It doesn't matter. There's something attractive to that. Now I don't know if I'd go down that road. But
you got
there's an aspect to that's attractive.
That's a really good point. I imagine a lot of people attracted to MGK and the like are probably attracted to that. Like I don't give a shit. I'll do whatever I want, and
right.
I'm rich and successful, and you literally can't say anything that's going to bother me.
You think MGK is that rich though? Is he that popular?
Oh my god,
he's got some hits.
He has to. It's so funny because these people could come out with like a single and suddenly they're like millionaires. Like who are these record companies that are making like are they selling CDs? Like I don't understand where they're getting this money from.
That's a good point. Are you on that Spotify?
I am on that Spotify.
I've never once spent a moment on Spotify ever in my life.
Do you listen to music at all?
I do sometimes.
Like,
but I like. Good.
Well, like, what's your platform then?
You can get every song on that YouTube.
Oh yeah, I guess you could.
Dial YouTube.
So like, but do you have YouTube Premium?
No. No, I
So-
don't even I don't have a YouTube account. I just go on there and I type in a song I want to hear and it's there.
You are. I hate this. This is not a scathing criticism at all, but your technology level is like the most like boomer tier. Oh, how do you listen to music? Oh, I go on YouTube with no account and I just keep my phone open on the screen and just listen to the music on there. Like, is that what you do?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I have Bluetooth. I use Bluetooth.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
But I do like CDs. I like having a CD. I like to be able to I like to like line them up on a shelf. I like to look at the liner notes.
You know that there's something to respect in that.
Yeah, like that Casey Musgraves.
I've heard of the name.
It's like an alternative country artist. She's been a lot.
Yes.
But her latest album, she released it on vinyl, CD, whatever, Spotify. What is it? An MP3?
MP3 dot wave file. Yeah.
And she also put it out on cassette tape.
Really? On cassette? That's interesting. I think that harkens back to like everyone's like listening to vinyls now and stuff. So like maybe cassettes are going to make a comeback too. I
can definitely see that because I think it's powered by that E generation of Machine Gun Kelly, where it's like the cassettes and the vinyl. I mean, I like vinyl. I have quite a bit of vinyl. I don't play it a lot.
Yeah, see,
but I don't know.
I would love to get into vinyl because because I'm on the Roy spectrum. I tend to jump around, but I feel like records you put it on in the background and you can't skip anything. It's just playing.
Right.
So you have to listen to the whole album. And I think albums that kind of like tell a story like from real like intense artists, I think that would be like an experience to listen to. And I think I should get into records just for that.
I think you're right, because the idea of the album, everybody says, "Oh, I have an album." The idea of the album was meant to work together. You didn't have like you had a single, like the Beach Boys, the Beatles, all these, the Rolling Stones, the Doors, the Pink Floyd, all back in the day made an album because it was all supposed to work together. It was all one cohesive element. You didn't take. That's kind of what's wrong with Spotify for me. Not to sound like a total vegan boomer hipster all roll into one, but it's like Spotify is ruining that because you're just picking and choosing what you want to listen to without hearing the whole picture. But that's how it's written now too, though. I mean, I can't believe Machine Gun Kelly's telling many stories in his stuff.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. I really can't picture that. But no, you're right. I mean, that brings up another point. It's like all these things are written now for just a one-time quick flash in the pan kind of thing. It's like, oh, this is going to be a single. It's going to be a hit.
Right.
It's almost like they have like an algorithm. I would love to meet the guy that writes these, because a lot of these people have songwriters and lyric writers that are they just know how to make a hit song. And I think that's like the general I guess equation right now for music,
right?
For a lot of music, at least.
Yeah, it's a formula. You know what sells. I mean, who would have thought the Florida Georgia Line and Nelly would be in a song together? Not one, but two songs. And then Nelly is still irrelevant. Remember Nelly? What was that song he had? Hot in Here.
Yeah,
so hot in here.
Yeah,
and he had that Band-Aid on his face.
Yeah,
that Band-Aid on his face. That was hilarious.
What was that about? Why do you have that?
I guess he got cut or something. I don't know.
Is that like a fashion statement or?
He's hiking in the woods and a branch just brushed up against his cheek and diabetic and never healed.
Literally couldn't edit it out. Literally couldn't couldn't wear makeup. He had to wear the Band-Aid.
Needed the Band-Aid 100%.
I almost want to look into that because that's kind of interesting. It's perplexed me for a while.
The Band-Aid was definitely an odd statement of the early 2000s. But such is life.
I mean, again, I hate to say it, but I think it goes that that narcissistic celebrity, just like I'm an artist, you don't understand this, and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna slap a Band-Aid on my face, like that. It makes no sense, but like,
you can wear whatever you want. I'm gonna wear an eye patch.
Yeah,
you lose your eye now. I'm just gonna wear an eye patch. I mean, that's kind of cool. I mean, the Band-Aid is really, I feel like a reach.
Yeah, that's when we become famous, I'm gonna start just when we're sitting in a studio getting recorded, I'm just gonna throw on an eye patch one day, like not even Halloween. I'm just gonna wear one.
It's like a hook, a plastic hook for a hand, like from a Captain Hook costume set.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's that? Johnny Depp? No, it's Ice.
Yeah, no, it's Ice. This is what do you mean? It's not weird.
It's not weird at all. Totally. I need the eye patch. I need the hook.
Yeah,
you can just do whatever you want.
I know, and like no one could bring you down. You're already up at the top.
Right. Right, you're there.
Crazy life, man.
And if you're gonna get into vinyl, I if I were you, I'd start with like something like I don't know. I'd say start with something pretty heavy, because then after that, like all the vinyl would just kind of go easy. Like start with like the Pink Floyd. What the hell's the album with the prison? Oh, Dark Side of the Moon.
Prism, Dark. I'm just just so you know, I'm literally writing this down. Over in my show notes right now.
Yeah, I think that everybody I'm saying this right now, and the one single person that's listening to this is going to say that it's the worst advice you could possibly give.
Why would they say that?
It's a hard listen. It's a hard listen. There's clocks, and there's chanting, and some of the songs don't even make sense, but it all kind of works together. It just is I think a good album to listen to, regardless of the format. But if you want to go on vinyl, I'd start with there.
No, let me ask you this: Is this that album that everyone always talks about that says like, oh, it matches up with like, really,
Wizard of Oz?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you start at the third lion roar. It's like the Wizard of Oz, like the MGM lion where it roars.
Yes.
You press play at the third lion roar, and then it goes to like it's not the whole movie, but it goes to a certain point.
Okay.
In the movie, and I haven't done this, but I've seen like snippets of it, and it's weird how well it works. And I'm not gonna say it's like, I don't think it's necessarily all of it is relevant. Like some of the songs are definitely relevant to the scene, but like it just, the whole vibe it puts out works really well with that movie for whatever reason. Well, not for whatever reason. That's how it was written, I guess.
I've heard this before, and like the only thing I could picture in my head is this creepy ass music play, like, because I've never heard any of these songs, but this is just kind of the image I have in my head. These creepy ass songs like playing over this like otherwise, kind of child entertainment Wizard of Oz movie.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I don't know. I always found it bizarre, and it was one of the things that I always said that I was going to do, but I just never did. No, you're saying there is some credence to it, though. You're saying it is like kind of legit.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's legit. I think it's like I said, I haven't watched it all the way through, but like if you go into that, once again, that youtube.com. If you go to
I heard of that.
Yeah, you go to youtube.com and they have like a thing where you could search, like you could type in what you want to like watch.
Okay.
And if you put in Pink Floyd, Wizard of Oz, whatever, like it'll come up, like a video of the whole thing will come up with the songs.
Okay, Dixon, I'm writing all this down. YouTube.com. Okay.
YouTube.com /.
Okay.
YouTube.com. Wait.
HTTP.
Yeah, HTTPS www World Wide Web.
Oh yes, that's what that stands for. Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna have to ask my mom for the parental controls to take off our dial-up connection. Then we should be okay.
Just ask her if you could like listen to Pink Floyd. Like it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I know. So I've heard. Yeah, I'm honestly definitely gonna do that. Maybe the next show, that'll be something I could come back with.
That's a good idea.
I think it is a good idea. I honestly, you know what? For the next show, that's gonna be part of it. I think we're gonna bring that in.
All right, cool. That's cool. Yeah, I think you're gonna enjoy it because you're a big film buff.
Oh yeah, I mean, I enjoy good film.
You ever see that Pulp Fiction?
Oh my god, Okay, so just for the one viewer out there, I do not watch a lot of movies. I really don't. But I have seen every single Quentin Tarantino movie because I love them so much. And Pulp Fiction is probably one of my favorites.
I think it's definitely my favorite. Now, did you ever see Jackie Brown?
Oh my god. Okay, so my brother, you know my dear brother.
Yeah.
He always he likes Quentin Tarantino too, but he always says that he loves Jackie Brown, that movie. But I've never seen it.
Yeah, if I've had a conversation about Jackie Brown the other day, and I haven't seen it either.
Really? You know what?
Yeah.
Maybe we could bring that to. I
You
mean,
know what? Yep.
maybe I'll watch it for the next show if we're really front loading the whole next show.
There's really no reason to listen to the next show because it's already been covered.
It's already. Don't even bother. The one single listener, please don't bother.
Turn this off right now. Go on YouTube.com and watch something else.
You're wasting your time, everyone. Just
Spoiler.
Spoiler. We're already going to get canceled for probably 18 derogatory things we've said that we didn't even notice was derogatory.
Yeah, definitely copyright infringement as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a comedy. I have to stress this is also a comedy show. I didn't just pull that out of my ass. It's a comedy show, so you can't take everything we say seriously. If you're gonna cancel us for something, it was a joke. Okay, that's how it works.
Yeah. Establish that right now. That's a precedent going forward from this moment on.
Yeah, I'm gonna clip this out. We're at 46:44. I'm gonna clip this, and it's gonna be like the trailer heading, like for our channel. It's just gonna be this.
Well, I think this was overall a pretty successful first venture into our lives, our minds, what we're thinking, what we're doing.
Yeah. I would say so. Oh, now I mean this is up to you. You know, being the showrunner. But would you like to get into the Colin Kaepernick issue or not? We don't have to. I mean,
wow, I don't even know how to answer that. I'm saying this right now. and you're a bigger man than I am. You watch the series to see what it's about, to see the content, to see maybe what arguments are being made. I went on Netflix and I rated it with one of those thumbs down, just immediately. I didn't watch one single second. I'm over it. I'm
Dixon, that's hilarious. That's
I saw it on my suggested or whatever it is, that For You page.
Yeah.
And I saw it. I'm like, nope, thumbs down. And I respect Netflix that once you do that, you never see it again. Really? That is a pretty nice feature. Yeah, I've done that for several times. Like that Amy Schumer. Now get out of my house. Get out of here.
Don't even get me started on her. We could do a whole show on that. But
whole other show.
But yeah, I mean, you're really not missing much. Okay, and I'm saying this regardless of how you feel about Colin Kaepernick,
right?
Or even the message of the, because I only watched the first episode, which is where this NFL slavery comparison comes in. Even pull all that away, it's just it's a very like slapped together, like very surprisingly poorly written show.
Okay.
The pacing is off. Like do you want me to just get into it quick? I guess I could throw it in.
But I did. That's when you're saying this because didn't he do the whole thing himself? Isn't that his whole thing?
I told myself I was gonna look into this, but by the end of the first episode, I'm like, I'm not even gonna. I don't even. But right. You know what? He probably did because it's just like. Oh man, I don't even know how to describe it. Like if you're gonna go against like racial injustice, this is like the worst possible way that you could ever go about it. In my opinion, just because it's so poorly put together, and it just seems like you're forcing the points. Now, okay, I'll go over it quick. I'll do a synopsis really quick. Okay, so it's actually a series, and I only watched the first episode. The first episode, it immediately starts with the NFL slavery comparison, and we could get back to that. But the rest of the episode focuses around Colin Kaepernick and him getting his hair done into cornrows like Allen Iverson had when he was in the NBA.
Oh man, AI was so good. AI was my hero.
Really? See, they put him up there. So.
Wow.
They're saying Allen Iverson, he went against the grain, he got the cornrows. Now, and you could attest to this more than I can because I have no idea. But did AI get flack for doing his cornrows?
I don't recall that. I don't because that was part of his culture.
Yes.
with Kaepernick, and I think the difference between Allen Iverson and Kaepernick is that Allen Iverson, he's got a history, he's got a checkered past, but one of the greatest athletes of all time.
Oh my, yeah, absolutely. I mean, even I know that.
Right. You're not really a sports guy,
I wouldn't say so.
But the thing is with Allen Iverson, I think if he got blackballed for cornrows or whatever it might have been, okay, that's definitely an injustice. However, that's completely off the wall.
Yeah.
However, he didn't because he was so good. And the thing is with Kaepernick wasn't that good when he was in the NFL.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I think all these woke people just, they put him up on a pedestal just because he's on their side. You understand what I mean by that?
Right.
Like, just because he's on their side, they put him up as this messiah. But I guess, okay, so I guess in his childhood, and I don't know if this is true. I mean, I don't know why he'd lie about it, but anyway.
Right.
I guess Colin Kaepernick, when he was a kid, he saw Allen Iverson play, and he's like, I want to get cornrows just like AI has. So he gets them. I mean, the whole episode is just about that. I mean,
that's the whole episode.
That's the whole. I could go into a lot about like how it was written, like how it was all done and whatever. But like it's him as a kid. His parents were actually like very supporting of it too. Like they took him like to the ghetto, to this like one barbershop that they found for him. But anyway. Wow. So he gets the cornrows, and he plays baseball too. And the baseball coach said he has to cut the cornrows off. And I'm like, okay, yeah, like I agree, like that's pretty shitty, whatever.
Yeah, right.
But then the end is just, it's so okay. They said he looked like a thug. They said that Colin Kaepernick looked like a thug because he had those cornrows, and that he had to cut them off because he looked like a thug. And instead of Allen Iverson, instead of Colin Kaepernick, instead of Colin Kaepernick saying like, just because like people in gangs have cornrows, just because I'm black and I have cornrows doesn't mean that I'm a thug. You can't look at it as my skin color or like what I wear. I just am who I am, and you can't generalize me. What does he do? He says I'm not a thug. Everyone who was a Trump supporter is a thug. And then he shows all these clips of like, he's like, what is a thug? And he's like, it's a Nazi. And then he's like, now who does that sound like? And then he just shows a bunch of pictures of Trump and people at Trump rallies. And like that, I'm like, so
wait, this is actually happened? This is in the episode?
Yeah, this is the end of the episode. He's like, yeah, they said I looked like a thug. And then I'm like, I'm like, you're generalizing just like your fucking coach did. Like he generalized you because you had cornrows and said like everyone who has cornrows is a thug because gangsters have thugs or whatever. Or gangsters have cornrows. Sorry, I'm getting confused. But then he goes and says, well, everyone who supported, or even like conservative, they're all thugs. And I'm not a thug, you are. Like, and I'm like, dude, you could have, he could have made it so much more, regardless of how you think about it, he could have made it so much more impactful by saying that. Don't generalize me. That's an injustice, just like what happened to AI. And I faced it as a kid too. But instead he's like, well, fuck everyone who's not on my side. You're the thug. And I'm like, what? Like what? At that point, I was literally taking notes too. I was like super on about this, and I threw the and this got me to like a laugh out loud moment too. At the very end of the show, he's like, now I know how to fight back. And then like he's sitting there, and this lady comes up to give him like the implication that she's going to give him cornrows, right? Because he's sitting in like a barber chair, and he's like, now I know how to fight back and not listen to them. And I'm like, oh my God, like Colin Kaepernick, he's actually like, he's going to do this. Like he's going to be, and then like the show cuts right there. The next episode, huge afro. He did not get the cornrows at all. I'm like, my gosh. Like what was the point of that? It's all just like this grandstanding bullshit. I'm like, it just, I don't know. It was just so stupid.
What a cliffhanger with no resolution.
Well, the resolution is that he didn't quote unquote stand up. He just didn't do. So what was the standing up? I thought he was getting cornrows all over again. But he didn't. And again, his message was totally thrown off because he didn't go after the actual point you could make against that. He just said, he just generalized in the same way that he was generalized against. Like,
Right.
it was so...
No
I
lessons
was
learned, basically.
Exactly. No lessons learned. And I'm like, okay, Dixon, maybe I'll watch another episode if you want me to.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
God, I don't even know if I can handle this. But like, what's amazing is like, it sounds like his whole opportunity is like, no, I'm not a thug. Just because I have cornrows, get to know me, look at my talent on the field that he said he had. So why doesn't he carry that over into every aspect of his life? Instead of taking people for face value. And I get it. There's very fine people on both sides.
Oh
And-
God. Oh God.
Oh,
Jeez. Oh.
Jesus.
All
But
right.
you can't take somebody for face value all the time.
Yeah. No, you're right. And I get, again, my libertarian mind has to come into play here. And you're absolutely right, because that's shitty.
Right.
If you shave your head for whatever reason, because you're going bald or something, I don't know. But if you shave your head, like, you shouldn't call a white person a skinhead just because they shave their head, right? Like,
yeah.
So
yes,
I'm
that'd
like,
be correct.
yeah. So like, I could imagine that balding people could relate to that. You know what I mean? But
It sounds like Colin Kaepernick has been like, has had people against him, even if they really aren't against him throughout his life. Meanwhile, he makes it to the biggest sports league probably in the world. Well, soccer is definitely bigger, but definitely in America, the NFL owns several days of the week that just revolves around the NFL.
Right.
And had a longer career than most people, probably coming out of college and high school playing sports, and made a whole ton of money. Now he's on Netflix.
Yeah, with this whole entire series, probably making millions of dollars, and that brings back to the most ridiculous part of this whole thing was the fact that he said that the NFL is like slavery, and I could not believe that. Like, I honestly thought it was like a joke when I first heard about it, but he actually says it, and I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? You choose to go there, and then you get the privilege of being a millionaire. Like, you get in you're not forced to go there.
Right.
So how are you comparing it to slavery?
I'm gonna play the devil's advocate.
Okay.
If we're gonna censor out that word devil. I could see the NFL having some slavery like comparisons. Because these guys, a lot of them, they have nothing, they all they have is their talent. And they come from backgrounds that maybe aren't the best. They probably have no cash, or they have families that just invested everything into them, gave everything up, sacrificed them to get them into the right programs. And here you are. All you have to do is get your brains beat in for 10 or 15 years, and you make a couple $1,000,000 and you're good to go. So I'm going to say that there is some comparisons, but once again, that's your choice. Of course.
Yeah.
Now, once again, look at Colin Kaepernick. His choice was to be in the NFL. He chose to stand up and protest, which I think is a noble thing. I think protest is a noble, necessary thing.
I mean, it's the American way, right? Like, we were founded like literally on protest, right? So like, yeah, and I have to admit, I did have some, and I'll admit this to the world right here. I did have some leanings against him doing at first I did, but then the more I thought of it, I'm just like, whatever. He's doing it, and apparently he actually asked someone like, what would be the most respectful way to do this.
Well, that's pretty nice of him.
Yeah,
I think the reason the whole thing, like, he got fired or quit or whatever, I don't even know. But I also understand that, so like, say you walked into it, say you work in an office, and you walked in there smoking a cigarette, right? And
right.
You're walking around, I was smoking a cigarette, and the boss comes up to you and says, well, you can't smoke in here. And then you say, well, why not? You say, well, because it's against our policy. We can't smoke indoors.
Yes.
Then you say, well, I'm protesting. Well, then I think if you work for a corporation or an organization or a guy, and they say that's not what we do here, they have the right to get rid of you regardless of your intentions, right?
And yeah, I have to agree with you there, because it's a private organization, and they want to have some kind of outward facing what's the word I'm looking for? I'm at a loss for words today, but like they want to have a nice front for people. They're like, well, people who work here can't openly smoke in the building. I get what you're saying, yeah.
Right. And so I mean, I don't know. I might have to give this a chance, but it sounds like the idea of him basically getting his hair done for 45 minutes sounds a little boring. I don't know.
It honestly was, and like, I mean, the whole thing was just about him, comparing himself with AI, saying like he faced the same injustice, and yeah, I agree with him, but even just the writing of it was just bad, and at the very end, his whole point was just that I'm not a thug, you're a thug. That's pretty much what it came down to, and I was like, dude, you made this whole hour-long show and you still missed the point. Like what? Like who's approving the writing here? I mean, again, he could have probably swayed people. Like even people who hate him could have looked at him and it's like, oh yeah, like I get it. But then there's no reach across to the other side to bring people over. And I think that's the big problem with like, quote unquote woke people. It's like, well,
right,
you're not accepted to our side. Or like you can't, like you're just incompatible completely, and there's no revolution, there's no saving you. It's just you're never. They just come from the outright saying like you're never gonna believe what we say, so you're never gonna believe our side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no reach across. Like you said, there's just division, which is really really a shame. Like you said, he had the opportunity to really go on that platform, and people are gonna watch it. People like you who are going in with saying, "Oh, this is probably gonna be stupid," and you're gonna have people that are like all about it and into it. You have almost a captive audience on both sides. You could really use that for a force for good, but I guess you missed the mark.
Yeah, I mean that's my opinion anyway. And again, maybe for the next show, if he says some other crazy shit, I'll be like, well, I gotta watch this now. I guess I'll watch this episode.
Jeez.
Oh man. But yeah, so thanks
for doing the legwork on this and really taking the initiative.
Oh no problem. I didn't mean to talk the whole time on this, but I feel like I really had to get this out because it's fresh in my mind. So
I can imagine that would bother me too. Spending an hour of my life about cornrows. God.
Yeah, I was like, God, I gotta tell someone about this.
I wonder what he thinks about like a guy like Riff Raff. Remember Riff Raff? Yes, he's a white guy. He has those cornrows.
No, I don't even know who that is.
You know who Riff Raff is?
Who,
that's another Vine era celebrity.
Oh, really?
Tiptoeing in my Jordans. You ever hear that song?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God! Yeah, look up a picture of Riff Raff, and you talk about Machine Gun Kelly, like Machine Gun Kelly and Riff Raff. They're not even on the same plane. I mean, that's really like a white trash scenario. Now that I think about it. Are you looking at this?
Yeah, right now. I hope when I edit this and put it all, I want to put up like pictures of like what we're talking about. This guy is definitely this guy's definitely going up like for all the visual view for the one visual viewer that's watching this.
Yeah, I mean, what do we think about that?
Wow,
that was another like a Vine era celebrity like Machine Gun Kelly. Luke Combs started on Vine. You know him? Country artist?
Yes, Luke Combs, yeah.
All comes back to Vine.
Was Luke Combs on Vine?
Yeah, he's actually started on Vine.
Well, God, we missed out on the Vine train, I guess. All these people are famous. You know, a lot of Viners came over to YouTube and are now like wildly famous too. Like
really?
Yeah, I think it jumpstarted a lot of people's careers, which is crazy to me.
I thought you could only watch songs or listen to songs on YouTube.
you got a lot to learn, Dick. So we're gonna be on YouTube. That's gonna be our platform.
Well, for next show, I'm gonna start watching some of that YouTube stuff.
See, the problem is I'm so ingrained. I am so deep in YouTube again because as we've said, I'm
Roy.
I'm Roy. So I just mindlessly watch like all kinds. I watch podcasts. I watch debate bro shit. I watch political cover, like all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty deeply ingrained. I mean, I guess I definitely learn a lot of stuff. I definitely get a lot of differing opinions, which I can
see that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that too. I'm gonna get on that YouTube plan and see. Is Colin Kaepernick on YouTube or is it just on Netflix?
Yeah, he's just on Netflix. You know what? He probably does have a YouTube channel. It wouldn't surprise me.
There you go. You're gonna be on it tonight, looking it all up. Oh my God!
Okay, he's gonna be replying to our video. Like he's gonna listen to our hour-long podcast and like go through the whole thing.
Mr. Kaepernick, we love you.
We do, Mr. Kaepernick. We love you. You got to convey your message just a little better.
Where do you get your hair done? Please tell us.
Oh God, yeah. So
wonderful.
Yeah, this was a great show. I got a lot covered. This was fun.
We talked about a lot of things.
Yeah, we did. Dixon, we're an hour 5 in. This is great. We could take some 10-minute clips out of this. We could really milk this cow for all it's worth.
Really squeeze the udders.
Yeah, we'll upload this, then clip something scathing Dixon review of MGK and Dixon tees off on Colin Kaepernick.
Oh man, that was all you, brother. As I said, appreciate you doing the legwork on the Kaepernick research.
Oh, no,
we know
where
to go.
No problem. And as always, I'm very thankful that you came. You know, as every show we've done, I'm so thankful that we're a team. You know, I'm glad we finally did this. This for our one viewer, this is something that we've always talked about doing. It's like oh, we're gonna start a band, and we're gonna start a band, and then you just never do it. This is that for us. So
here we are.
I'm glad we're finally doing it.
The next Jake Paul and his brother, whatever his brother's name is.
Yeah, what's their
also on Vine. They started on Vine too.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh, we should have been on Vine.
If only we could go back. So many things I would do. So many regrets in life.
And being not taking full advantage of Vine is definitely one of them.
Yeah, 100%. Now we're just here to just blabbing on. Oh my god, fun stuff.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the future. Let's do it.
Yeah. This is fun. So this was episode 1, guys. Please, for the love of God, please tune in to the next episode, which I'm going to upload on the Ice and Dixon YouTube channel, possibly Spotify, possibly other podcast networks. We're going to have to expand out, but it's going to be there.
Will be on vinyl.
Yeah, we'll be on vinyl. You could listen to us.
Yeah, VHS.
VHS, cassette, 8-track. We're going to be on all that.
Yes.
Yes, I love it. So thanks for listening, guys. And if if you come back to this and try to clip us on stuff, just remember we're joking about some things that you're offended about. So
lighten up.
Exactly. Lighten up.
Yep.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.